Hey guys, SK here, back with another Clash Royale video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys the best deck in the entire game, not even clickbait. It's going to be this Royal Hogs Earthquake cycle deck with the Archer Queen, and you will notice that I'm playing it with the guards. This deck is much more commonly run with skeletons. You've probably seen your favorite top players, such as Moogie or Ian, play this at top ladder, this exact version. I personally do prefer the guards, and that's because one of my friends, Qwerty, showed this to me a few seasons ago. He finished very high on ladder with it, and guards just provide a bit more utility for the extra elixir cost. Skeletons do undeniably give you a faster cycle, but guards do also have benefits of their own. They're much better against graveyard, they're better as sort of a tank killer and a ground distraction troop, where skeletons are a bit flimsy, but it is personal preference. You can honestly use either. I'm going to be using guards today, and let me explain just why this deck is so good. So, it is Royal Hogs cycle deck, and Royal Hogs is just one of the best win conditions in the entire game right now. They were nerfed a few seasons ago in the balance update, and they are still pretty much one of the best win conditions in the entire game. You play them at the bridge, they will get damage. Even if the opponent chucks a fireball at them or plays a Valkyrie, they will still get damage, and they're just so good. They can also be split, so even against hard counters like Mega Knight, you can just split them and force the opponent to decide on which lane they want to defend, so there is counterplay against hard counters. There's just such a solid win con, and many people think they could even use another nerf. Next up, we do have the Archer Queen, pretty much the best card in the entire game right now, pretty much undisputed. Her ability is just so good. She was also nerfed pretty recently, but the only nerf was that her ability, when activated, makes her move slower. So she's pretty slow when moving, but it doesn't change the fact that she's insane on defense. She can basically take out anything. She's a walking nuke that will just destroy anything when the ability gets popped. And she is also pretty cost effective and still pretty good on offense in spite of that nerf. And she does also give the deck a 3-card cycle, like all champions. So what this means is when the queen comes down, you're going to be able to cycle back to your next card in 3 cards instead of 4. So say I play an Earthquake and I have a queen down, I can cycle back to it in 3 cards instead of 4 like normal. So I can play a Log, Fire Spirit, and then any other card. I'm already back to an Earthquake. So this 3-card cycle just synergizes perfectly with the deck, and that brings me on to the Earthquake, which is pretty much going to be one of the best spells in the whole game right now. Notice a common trend that a lot of cards in this deck are one of the best cards in the whole game at what they do. And Earthquake is only 3 elixir, but it deals more damage than a fireball, so absolutely insane spell. Also pretty good utility as well. It can take out any building. It can take out skeletons and goblins. It's also going to be pretty good on defense sometimes against the graveyard, for example. And just for only 3 elixir, dealing more damage than a fireball, especially when combined with the Archer Queen for spell cycle capability with the Log, just going to be absolutely ridiculous. And next up, we do also have the Royal Delivery, which is just an insanely effective defensive card for only 3 elixir. It just comes down and can take out basically anything. It can take out a wizard, a musketeer by itself. It will also just get insane value against splash troops, or such as skeleton army or royal recruits, anything like that. And also, because we only have 1 air targeting troop and the Archer Queen, we do have the Fire Spirit, but it is going to be kind of a one-time spirit jump, not really a more long-lasting troop. It does help out cover the weakness of air, since it can be pretty effective. And also, because of the fact that we have the Archer Queen with the 3-card cycle, like I mentioned, Royal Delivery is just so good because you can use multiple of them in the same defensive sequence, and they can really be used to clean up just about anything. So, insane synergy. Also, because we do have an Earthquake deck, so we don't really have a fireball on defense. Royal Delivery is kind of like a mini fireball, and very effective on defense again. And we do also have the Fire Spirit, which is one of the best cards in the game right now. Actually, many people are asking for a Fire Spirit to get nerfed, because if you notice, it does more damage than a fireball for only 1 elixir. You play it at the bridge. If it connects to the tower, it does 301 damage, as you can see here. Fireball only does 274 crown tower damage at the max level, so Fire Spirit literally does more than a fireball, 2 towers for only 1 elixir. Insane offensive pressure option, and will usually force out a response that can be dealt with effectively. Also, it is only 1 elixir, and it's still very solid on defense too. It can be used against minion hordes, against any kind of swarm card, and it is also pretty high on damage, so not a bad card by any means on defense too, even though it doesn't provide as much utility as the Ice Spirit or Electro Spirit. Next up, we do have the Cannon, which is also going to be one of the better buildings in the game right now. Actually, people are saying that between the Cannon and the Tombstone, they're probably the best defensive buildings in the game right now, even better than Tesla and Bomb Tower, because Cannon is only 3 elixir, and it can still deal with pretty much everything except for air troops. It can deal with a hog, a giant, a golem even. For only 3 elixir, it can fully counter a golem in the middle, and it's so cheap that it's really good against spells as well, like a lightning. If the opponent tries to lightning your cannon, it's going to be a -3 trade for them, and you can easily just cycle back to another cannon as well. So just very solid card on defense, and one of the most underrated buildings in the whole game right now. Makes a lot of sense in this fast cycle deck. And lastly, we do have the guards. Again, like I said, I do kind of prefer guards over skeletons here. As for you, you can use either version, really up to you, but guards are just so solid because they provide another option against graveyard. They provide kind of a mini tank of sorts, because you notice that we don't really have a mini tank in this deck. We don't have a knight or a Valkyrie, and guards kind of fill that role, whereas if you had skeletons, you would still be kind of squishy. Guards can be used to DPS down things insanely fast as well, and if they are played at the bridge and ignored, they will deal over 1,000 damage by themselves as well. So just very good card for only 3 elixir, lots of utility, and you can use either guards or skeletons, but I do prefer the guards again. So that's going to be the deck breakdown. Pretty much undisputed, one of the best decks in the whole game right now, if not the best deck. But that's enough about the deck. We're going to be playing some games with it today and see if it is just as strong as people say. So with all that being said, hope you enjoyed the video, and let's get right into the matches. Alright, so I'm going to be trying to get 12 wins in a grand challenge with the deck. As you can see, I'm already at 8 wins and 1 loss with it, and we do find our first match against Air Snipe, so I wonder if he sniped me, or if he just likes to snipe people in general. But Fire Spirit, very solid starting play, and as you can see, even though he played a Skeleton King to respond, he played it a bit too low, and the splash radius is still pretty good of the Fire Spirit, so it does splash onto tower and deals more damage than a Fireball, like I said, so just insane card. Archer Queen will clean up very easily on defense, and he goes for a Hunter, so I'm actually going to do something interesting here. Going to Earthquake the Hunter, and then log, and what you'll see is that even though I don't have any direct value for the Earthquake like a building, I slowed the Hunter down enough to the point where I kept my Queen alive, Hunter wasn't able to attack it, and Queen was able to clean up the Hunter, so very interesting moment there. Very cool use you can use your Earthquake against, and he's going to go for a Valk. I just went for Royal Hogs to pressure, and as you can see, he goes for a full Valkyrie, which should really counter, but I still get about 400-500 damage, which is just insane, so very solid card. He goes for a Graveyard now, so I'm actually going to go for a Cannon and then Earthquake. Look how good the Earthquake is against the Graveyard, and I can just cycle back to another log, and it'll help clean up as well. Looks like I'm going to take some damage here, but no point overcommitting as well, since I don't want to be down Elixir, I don't want to mess up my cycle. Just going to go for Royal Hogs again. Valk is out of cycle, and he has a Tombstone, and he is back to Skelly King now. So, alright, looks like it's going to be a very interesting Skeleton King Tombstone Graveyard deck with Valkyrie Hunter. I could go for either guards or cannon here. I'm going to try guards, actually, so just going to surround the Skelly King, and notice how I'm surrounding it so that he won't be able to splash all of them with one hit, and then just go for a delivery to clean up the ability. I kind of mistimed my Fire Spirit there, it took some damage, but looks like my opponent still got a Valkyrie forced out, so everything worked out. Just going to reset with another Archer Queen, and he is going to be forced to respond to this once it crosses. I think I am going to use ability here. A lot of the time, I feel like saving the ability to use on offense, but then Archer Queen will take so much damage that it won't really be worth it anymore. So I think it was worth it to just use ability there. Just going to log these zappies, and we should be in a pretty decent situation. We are down damage. Just going to reset with a cannon, and he goes for Skelly King in the back. Going to start going opposite lane, I think. In a lot of matchups, I think you do want to go opposite lane. Predictive Earthquake for the Tombstone as we hit it, so opponent has to go for a Valkyrie, which he definitely didn't want to go for. And look how much damage my Royal Hogs get, even though he went for a Valkyrie. Just insane. And so now, I'm going to try going for guards on the Graveyard. Like I said in the intro, guards are a very solid card against Graveyard, and actually we don't take any Graveyard damage that entire push, so very solid defense, especially with the log, even though opponent did put the freeze down. Pretty solid. Going to keep going opposite lane, and Predictive Earthquake again. Even if I don't hit the prediction, I still get tower damage, and even though he goes for Valk and arrows, I still get damage. And notice how I'm resetting with these cannons. It's kind of like a Tesla if you watch me for Expo gameplay. This cannon is kind of like a Tesla in the middle, where it gets value, where you just play it down, and it's only 3 elixir, so even cheaper than the Tesla, and even easier to use. So, looks like my opponent is kind of predicting my Royal Hogs in the back, with his Zappies and Skeleton King, or just preventing the lane. So now I'm going to switch to Earthquake cycling, and this is what you want to do against matchups where you can't really break through with your Royal Hogs. Obviously there would be no point in me going Royal Hogs into a Skeleton King or Hunter, so I'm just going to choose to Earthquake cycle here. Very good way to get damage with this deck, even though you're not really using your win condition. Earthquake does really good. Gonna go for another Earthquake here, clean up the Tombstone and hit the Zappies, and even log. And opponent is probably going to go for a Graveyard now that I committed quite a lot. So gonna set up on defense, Archer Queen. Gonna go for guards again and cycle back to my Earthquake for the delivery as he goes for the freeze. So gonna go Earthquake. Looks like he actually missed my guards, but his arrows do take it out. And now Fire Spirit at the bridge again. Gonna force a response. Forces the Tombstone out, which is really good for me actually since Tombstone is gone. I can now go for Royal Hogs and Predictive Log to take out the Valkyrie since I do want to get a bit more damage. He goes for Valkyrie and Skelly King and I still get about 200-300 damage there. So that's just absolutely how insane the Royal Hogs are. Like I've said so many times, I'm just going to deliver the Zappies and Earthquake the Graveyard. Don't need to rush. I'm definitely just going to Royal Hogs now. Notice how I know he wants to freeze, so go for Royal Hogs at the same time he's building an offense. So you can kind of do that defense through offense by forcing out a response. They won't be able to commit fully, and that is going to take the tower. So really nice win against what looks to be a hard matchup with the Valkyrie Skelly King, but this deck can have its ways. So gonna look for the next match, and yeah, this deck just has many ways to play against different matchups. You can switch to Earthquake Cycle if you're not going to break through. You can go for Royal Hogs Pressure early on, and just very solid deck again. And I actually think I can go for Royal Hogs here. It seems really aggressive, but honestly the deck has many ways to defend, and we are up against a Mega Knight right now. So Mega Knight going to be one of the harder matchups for this deck, since of course it can just fully take out the Royal Hogs. We're just going to go for a cannon and maybe try and activate King here with the guards. Not sure if it's possible actually. Going to go for them though, as he goes for a Hog Rider, and going to go for delivery, and then I think I'm going to have to log back the Hog as well, and Fire Spirit to DPS down both the Hog and the Bandit. And okay, looks like we took a bunch of damage, unfortunately, and I think the King activation with Cannon and Guards doesn't work. I think you do need either a Fire Spirit or Skeleton, just because Guards have so much damage that they took out the Mega Knight before it was able to activate, so actually pretty funny there. But that's a learning experience for me. I don't play this deck too much, honestly, but now I know if I want to activate King, I'm going to be forced to use something else, and just going to reset with an Archer Queen in the back. Actually, I don't really feel like going opposite lane right now, because, okay, he goes for a Lightning, actually, wow, that's really aggressive. Now I'm going to go opposite lane for sure, as he has a Hunter. So Mega Knight, Lightning, Hog Rider are going to be, I would say, a pretty tricky matchup, actually, because he does have the Mega Knight for the Royal Hogs, and he does have the Lightning for my Archer Queen, but I think we can still make it work. So I'm going to go for a delivery here, and notice how I'm waiting for the Hunter to lock onto the tower, so my delivery would stay alive and force the Bandit out, but actually looks like it fully counters anyways without even needing to take any tower damage, so pretty solid there. Just going to go guards, and I believe he is back to a Hog Rider here. We do have a very solid Hog answer though in the form of the cannon, so should be good on that front, as I can just go for it here. And notice how I'm going for my Queen opposite lane, because I don't want him to get lightning value in my lower HP tower. So I'm going for Queen opposite lane to try and force out a lightning in the lane that he does not want to commit to. And now I'm going to go for Royal Hogs and pop ability on the Queen, and he is going to have to respond to this Queen again. Does so with a guard, so he's going to have yet another response actually to the Archer Queen. He has both the guards and unfortunately the lightning as well, but still just gonna go for guards, and look how much damage the guards are doing against the Mega Knight. Very solid, honestly, and he can't really lightning my Hog. Gonna go for Royal Hogs again. I have outcycled his Mega Knight, so gonna log the Hunter and hopefully get a bit more damage here, and then delivery will just clean everything up. So delivery is such a solid card, honestly. Against pretty much any kind of counter push, you can just delivery to clean all of it up like you saw just now. So very solid. Now I'm going to switch to Earthquake Cycling like I was talking about before, because I don't really see much of a way to break through without him wasting Mega Knight. So I'm going to start Earthquake Cycling and try and forcing out bad lightnings. Yeah, so that's not even like a bad lightning, but it's the lightning that he doesn't want to go for, right? So I think it's pretty solid, since it's in the lane that he's not interested in pushing in. I'm going to go Royal Hogs opposite immediately, because he did just waste his Mega Knight. Going to log the Hunter back as well, and guards are counter pushing too, so very solid. Going to go for a Queen and pop ability, so hopefully the Mega Knight jumps onto the cannon and not the Queen. Okay, looks like Queen goes uninvisible just at the same time, but Cannon, look at that, just you can stack cannons very easily. And now I'm actually up damage in the right side, and I'm going to split Royal Hogs. Should be very solid again, because he has a Mega Knight. He's forced to go for Mega Knight in the left, which means he won't have any way of dealing with the Mega Knight. Dealing with the Royal Hogs on the right with the Mega Knight. Just going to go delivery here, and I should be in a really good position, honestly. If he overcommits with Lightning onto my cannon, then I should just be in a very winning position. You're just going to go for cannon here. Now I'm going to start earthquaking with my Royal Hogs. Looks like I hit the guards, because I do need to start getting damage, and that's actually, wow, a lot of damage. So I think that's actually going to be a log plus earthquake, or 2 logs and earthquake, or just 2 earthquakes, either way. Gonna have to defend this first. Guards, fire spirit, and then cycle back to cannon. I don't think he has enough for a lightning right now, because he did just use basically his entire elixir bar. Goes for it now, but I can just go for guards, and Hog does not get another hit. So now I'm just going to defend delivery again, and delivery just such a good card. Now I can just go for earthquake and cannon for the Hog, and then log. Okay, looks like I'm going to need 1 more earthquake on tower. That's 2 HP, but yeah, just back to another earthquake. Very nice win against Mega Knight Lightning, so it looks to be a hard matchup actually, because he has all the answers, but still we were able to outplay and do really well, so very solid deck, really loving it. And that is going to put us at 10 wins, so off to a pretty good start in this GC. Going to go for the next game against AS Julian. Going to go Fire Spirit at the bridge. I think it's going to be a very solid starting play. I think with this deck in general, starting plays you can make are going to be Fire Spirit, Log. You can even go Royal Hogs first play, honestly, if you want to, because you do have many ways to defend afterwards. But this is looking like it's going to be either 3 Musketeers or Bridgespam with the Bandit, Royal Ghost, and Heal Spirit, so should be an interesting matchup for sure. But I do think having guards in this matchup will help us out quite a lot compared to skeletons, because Royal Ghost and Bandit are such annoying pressure. And now I'm in a bit of an awkward spot because he has a queen down. I'm gonna go for Royal Hogs, I think, because if I go for queen or anything else, he's just gonna pop ability and my queen will die. Gonna go for a low fire spirit as well, and I can just go for guards and delivery for these E-barbs if I have to. Goes for a battle ram, so gonna go for a cannon and then delivery. And I did take a bunch of queen damage there actually, unfortunately, but I do still think, yeah, we were able to defend just fine. So took a bit of damage, and okay, he goes for a really well played bandit actually, so gonna have to go for a low log, cycle back to my fire spirit, and yeah, that was really smart of him because I didn't really have any great answers in hand, so my cycle's a bit messed up. I think against the queen I should try and have either guards or delivery in hand at all times for that, so gonna keep that in mind in the future. But we should be in a decent spot now, even though we are down damage. I think this deck, Bridgespam, won't have a big spell, so we should be able to come back. Gonna go for an earthquake on tower. I think it's gonna be the best play you can make quite a lot of the time, because I don't really want to go in and give him a lot of value. Gonna go guards delivery here, and this is gonna be hard because if he goes for a bandit again, I won't really have either guards or delivery in hand. Just gonna go for a fire spirit for the barbarian though. And yeah, we'll see. I'm sure he's gonna pressure again. Yeah, he goes for a heal spirit bandit. Gonna go for Royal Hogs again. I didn't really want to go for queen there because I feel like I'd rather pressure as well. We do get some damage, but this is gonna be a tricky counter push to stop. So gonna go for guards delivery as well. And okay, looks like the battle ram actually bypassed my cannon. So I think I should have played it 1 tile higher, then maybe it wouldn't have bypassed. Gonna have to go for another cannon here. And okay, my bad actually, bandit does connect to the tower, so I'm actually playing this pretty badly to be honest. Maybe I'm also a bit nervous, but yeah, he's punishing me really well honestly in terms of like cards in my hand. Gonna pull this back with Royal Hogs. That's a play you can make sometimes, where you kite something while going Royal Hogs at the same time. And we are always getting damage with these Royal Hogs, but we are also going to have to contend with the E-barbs on the other side. It's going to try and cycle back to another Royal Delivery if I can. Going to log in the middle here, and Delivery and Bandit. Okay, looks like my cannon placements are not exactly on point, because everything seems to be bypassing them, and that's actually going to be a loss. So, going to give him the good game, I think. He played really well, honestly, like... I think I definitely could have won that, but I should have worked on my cannon placements and Royal Hogs. I think against like the Archer Queen and the Bandit, I shouldn't have gone for Royal Hogs at the bridge. Maybe I could have gone for them lower, or even gone for a Queen against the second Bandit. But either way, learning experience for sure. Into the next match against SG1. Gonna go Royal Hogs at the start, and he goes for a Mortar. It's gonna Earthquake it. Interesting matchup with the Mortar. He does get a hit, but I also get earthquake damage on the tower, so I think this should be not a terrible matchup. Of course, earthquake against Mortar is going to be really good, but there are going to be some tricky Mortar versions, like with Valk Miner or with Cannon Cart Minion Horde, where yeah, it looks like he's going to have the guards cannon cart version probably, so going to go guards as well. And I talked to some of my friends, and they told me that going same lane against Mortar is usually the best play. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Going to try and go same lane. Since anytime he wants to go for Mortar pressure, I can just Earthquake it, of course. He does have a cannon cart, so going to go for Royal Hogs. Same play as last time, except this time I think it shouldn't be that bad. Going to log the cart as well. And he is forced to Fireball. So that's basically a 7 for 9 trade, I think, because Royal Hogs log against Cannon Cart Fireball should be pretty solid. And I think I am just going to reset with a cannon, probably, because I don't really want to waste my Archer Queen. Goes for I'm just going to catch it with my guards, and yeah, it should be pretty good. And I think you're going to have to go for pre-cannons quite a bit in this matchup, because I don't really want to waste my Archer Queen. He does have the guards and Minion Horde. He has a lot of answers to the Queen at the bridge. And it should be pretty annoying, honestly. And I'm just going to go for a Queen. I was tempted to Earthquake the cart, but he does have Mortar. I think no point putting myself in a bad cycle against Mortar for no reason. So just going to go Queen, take it out, and he's probably going to go for guards on this. So I'm going to predictive log them, actually. It looks like he does do a well-played guard spaced out to the other side. I'm just going to go delivery to cycle back to my guards for his miner. And he is up in damage, but as we head into double Elixir, I think this matchup should get even better for me, since I can just kind of start to cycle Earthquakes. And I'm forcing out Fireballs on defense. As you can see, Guards was also forced out, so I'm going to go for an Earthquake now. I can definitely cycle back to another Earthquake if I need to. I'm just going to cycle back to my Archer Queen here for this cart. Looks like I kind of mistimed it, could have gone for it as the cart crossed the bridge, but that's okay. Gonna pressure again with Royal Hog since I do have a Queen as well. And against the Minion Horde, it's going to be really annoying on offense, but I'm going to go for a delivery, and it does clean up everything on defense. So very solid, and we are keeping the Queen alive. Going to pop ability here. Fully takes out the guards, and might force out, forces out the cannon cart actually. So going to reset with a cannon, and we are slowly coming back with a lot of nice pressure. Goes for a Mortar, actually, which I'm just going to Earthquake, I think. Fire Spirit 2. And one thing I want to be careful of in this matchup is if I waste my delivery, and then he goes for Minion Horde, I'll be in a really bad spot. So I'm going to delivery the guards now. But I do need to be careful of the Minion Horde again. So we'll see. Yeah, he actually goes for it right there. So I'm going to try and kite it opposite lane with my guards. Fire Spirit as well. And Archer Queen. Fire Spirit does a really good job against the Horde, actually. Gonna rush to pop my ability, and thankfully it comes down. Although I think that might have been a bad delivery on the guards, actually, looking back. Like, I was just saying I should be careful of using delivery, and then I just used it and got punished by the Minion Horde. But, goes for a Mortar. I think I will just cycle back to my Earthquake here pretty easily. And guards to catch the miner. He's switching up his miner placements quite a bit, so I'm trying to catch his miners in different spots, but he's doing a pretty good job. We'll just Earthquake the Mortar, and we are in the damage lead just for a brief second, but I think from now on, Royal Hogs at the bridge won't make too much sense. They're going to defend more and try and spell cycle. Going to go Queen early to take out the cannon cart, and he does Fireball the cannon plus Queen, but thankfully cannon cart gets taken out, and I will just go for a Fire Spirit opposite. Log Earthquake the Mortar and delivery on the guards. Thankfully I did catch the miner with my guards this time, so we are... Okay, wow, that Mortar gets a hit somehow, but gonna go in since he did just use his Mortar. Gonna force out Fireball on defense, and he is going to get miner on tower again, but gonna start getting very aggressive with my Earthquakes. Really need to clutch this one out, so gonna go for Royal Hogs again. Try and cycle back as fast as I can, guards to catch the miner, and looks like I did catch the miner, thankfully. Let's go. So that was a very intense match, but I was able to clutch it out very close at the end there. Could have definitely played it better, but I think that should be a pretty good matchup. So we are going to be 11-2, make or break. Let's get into the final match against Milk Loves Mocha. Gonna give the good luck, and I actually really like that name because I know this artist who makes drawings of two really cute bears, Milk and Mocha, so not sure if that's what the name is a reference to, but I really like it. And he goes for a zap, so gonna go Royal Hogs, and Minion Horde comes down. So Minion Horde zap, not sure what this could be, I guess Lava Hound or maybe Giant Sparky. I could go Queen, but I'm actually gonna log and cycle back to my delivery here because I don't want to use Queen in case it's gonna be some kind of air deck, but he is going to go Cannon Cart Guards at the bridge. Going to have to go Guards and then Fire Spirit. And Fire Spirit does jump on everything, but he goes for a Miner too. Now I'm actually going to have to go for a defensive Earthquake and Log as well, so that's going to be one of the use cases for a defensive Earthquake, I guess, which does okay. I do take a lot of damage, so pretty smart punish by my opponent there since I didn't have delivery in cycle, but I did think it would be better to save my queen since I didn't want to risk him having Lava Hound than just going for a Lava Opposite, and I probably would have lost since I didn't have queen in cycle if I used it. But anyways, we're going to be down a bit of damage, and I'm not sure what this is going to be. Minion Horde, Cannon Cart, Miner, and he goes for a pump, actually going to go Royal Hogs, so he is kind of punishing us for not having anything good in cycle. I did use my Earthquake, obviously, so Elixir Pump gets a lot of value. Just going to go delivery for the Minion Horde, but you get a lot of damage. But I will maybe try and cycle back to my Earthquake. I don't want to do it just recklessly because I could get punished again. Yeah, he goes for a cart. Gonna go for a queen and pop ability. Try and take care of this cart before it causes too much damage on our side. And now I can go for an Earthquake after the fact, and it does get taken out. Unfortunately, not going to be the best value since I think I did lose out a bit since obviously I didn't go for it right away. Goes for a Miner, just going to try and catch with guards as I get the catch down, so going to avoid all damage there. And should be a solid defense. We are also back in the match, only down about 200 damage since our Royal Hogs did make a really nice connection. But okay, it's going to be 3 Musketeers, and looks like we're going to be down about 4 or 5 Elixir, since I was at about 6 when he played those. Going to have to play a pretty smart defense here. What I'm going to do is go for Cannon on the left, and then just Log delivery on the right. I think that should deal with it for the most part. Going to go Queen, and then Fire Spirit for these Minions, and Queen ability, and then Log as well. 1 Musketeer shot does get on my tower, but Log delivery did clean up very nicely on the right, actually fully takes out a Musketeer. That's going to be really nice interaction to know. Going to pressure with Royal Hog since he is going to have to respond to my queen in the left as well. We do get a lot of damage, so I think he's going to go for 3 Musketeers again since he is just kind of letting that go. Yep, goes for them. So now I'm going to have to play a pretty smart defense. So what I'm going to do is going to try and do a similar thing. Log back on the right and go for Queen on the left this time. I'm going to let that Cannon Cart kind of deal with my cannon. And he's going to go all in on the right, it looks like, and I'm just going to go for another cannon and delivery on the Minion Horde, and I'm going to be fine taking a bunch of damage on the right actually, because that is going to be my healthier side tower. I just want to make sure I don't lose my left side tower since I can't afford that. And now we have a queen down, so I can just go for the Earthquake and cycle back. Look, this is where I was talking about with a 3-card cycle. Look at that. Just going to go Earthquake, Log, Fire Spirit Guards, and I'm already back to another Earthquake. That's going to be GG for a really nice win for the 12-win Grand Challenge. So insane Archer Queen, 3-card cycle, really interesting matchup there, but I was able to equalize at the end, even though I was at a disadvantage. And that's going to be a really nice 12-win. So I'm actually really happy with this because I don't really play many other decks very well. I'm an Expo main, of course, so really happy I was able to get the 12-win with this deck. And we get a really nice chest, legendary already, and 22,000 gold. One of the most valuable ways to spend your gems, I would say. Look at all these cards and all the gold just for 100 gems. By far going to be the best value if you can get a 12-win GC. Going to take a nice screenshot of the chest. And yeah, going to be a very nice 12-win. So interesting matchups. I did also lose the match against Bridgespam earlier, but there was a learning experience too. I think I should have used my Royal Hogs better on defense, and I did beat this Skeleton King Graveyard deck with Valk. Looked like a hard matchup, but actually has outplay potential with the deck, and these were my other matches that I was able to win earlier on in the GC. I beat Golem, I was able to win against Logbait, and this deck should just have a really good matchup spread in the meta overall. I did lose the mirror match, but I'm not very experienced, of course. But yeah, and don't mind that 1-win Rage tournament. I think I just played 1 match and forgot about it, which kind of sucks, but yeah, still a really nice 12-win, really happy with that. And if you guys are interested in trying out the best deck in the game, definitely give this one a shot. Hope I was able to help you with my video as well. And that's going to be it. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Take care, and I will see you in the next one.